Adventure in the Dream Forest. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a little girl named Sophie. She was a very curious and brave girl who loved playing outdoors. Every evening as bedtime approached, Sophie began to feel anxious. Changing into her pajamas was a difficult moment for her, often bringing tears and frustration. One day, while Sophie was playing in the garden, she noticed something unusual. In the bushes, a magical light was flickering. Intrigued, she approached and discovered a small shimmering door. Without hesitation, she opened it and found herself in a completely different world, the Dream Forest. Meeting the unicorn. The Dream Forest was full of colorful trees, singing birds, and flowers that glowed in the dark. Sophie was enchanted, but also a little scared. Suddenly, from behind one of the trees emerged a beautiful unicorn named Lila. Lila had a silvery mane and a shimmering horn that reflected the moonlight. "Hello, Sophie," said Lila in a gentle voice. "I know you have trouble falling asleep. Would you like to go on an adventure with me that will help you find peace?" Sophie nodded her head, and Lila smiled, inviting her to join a journey through the Dream Forest. The mysterious path. As they wandered through the forest, Sophie noticed that each step brought new surprises. The trees whispered her name, and the flowers sang lullabies. Lila led her to a mysterious path that seemed endless. Sophie began to wonder where they were headed. "Lila, where are we going?" asked Sophie. "To a place where you will find peace," Lila replied mysteriously. The magical pond. Finally, they reached a small, shimmering pond. The water was crystal clear, reflecting the stars in the sky. Lila pointed to the pond and said, "This is the pond of peace. When you dip your hands into it, you'll feel all your worries disappear." Sophie hesitantly approached the edge of the pond and dipped her hands in the water. Instantly, she felt warmth spreading through her body, and all her worries vanished. She was delighted by this feeling of tranquility. Return home. After spending some time by the pond, Lila said, "Now, Sophie, it's time to return home. Remember, you can always come back to the Dream Forest whenever you feel anxious." Sophie smiled and thanked Lila for her help. She returned to the small, shimmering door and stepped back into her garden. When it came time to change clothes before bed, Sophie remembered the pond of peace and felt calmness fill her heart. For the first time in a long while, she fell asleep peacefully and without tears. Will Sophie always be able to return to the Dream Forest? What else might she discover in this magical place? Perhaps you too can find your own pond of peace when you need it. Remember, each of us has the strength to overcome difficulties. Sometimes all it takes is a little magic and belief in oneself. Sophie learned that peace can be found within, even in challenging times. When we feel anxious, it's worth recalling the places and moments that bring us solace. Sophie discovered that changing clothes before bed doesn't have to be scary if she can find a way to calm her thoughts. Do you have your own magical place that helps you fall asleep? It could be a favorite book, a lullaby sung by your mother, or a warm blanket. Remember, you can always find peace if you just believe in it.